Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tim Kylo broadcast booth at Chaminade High School on the road this Friday night for a 6 p.m. kickoff between the CBC Cadets here on the Cadet Student Network and the Chaminade Red Devils. My name's Randy Bowman, Coach Chris Maris alongside. Coach, we open MCC play. Turned out to be a really nice evening.
It is right now. We're going to say that right now, except for the bleachers are a little wet, and I forgot my stadium
don't
seat.
Jinx the weather.
No, man. If I call it like that, then maybe it actually won't rain.
The Cadets taking on Chaminade here tonight, and Coach, a tough loss last week. The Cadets got down early, made a lot of mistakes early, but when you look back at that game, it was a tie game. At the end of the game, CBC played with Bryan, Arkansas for 3 quarters.
They did. The problem was getting down was 21-0.
Yeah, 21-0 after one.
And you know the number of mistakes early, and Bryant's just an outstanding team, an outstanding program. You just can't make those sorts of mistakes against good teams. But I will say this: talking to the coaches this week and talking to the kids, they felt like it was a great learning experience for them. CBC works more to reload than rebuild. But they still have a lot of new guys that they're breaking in all the way across the team. You know, the spots here or there, they're working new guys in. And, one of those guys being Nick McClellan, who passed that test in flying colors, in my opinion.
He had 301 of the 420 total yards last week.
Well, I mean, he had like 144 yards rushing, and a lot of that was scrambling. And granted, he was coming off of his first read and tucking and running, but he was, it wasn't there early. I mean, they were, Bryant was all over us, and they were bringing pressure, and we were struggling to protect. They are really, really good up front, and he made them miss, and he made them look kind of foolish in spots. We just couldn't consistently move the ball on offense, and had that been a little bit different, had we been a little bit more experienced, maybe if we were playing them later in the season, maybe that's a different-looking game.
Bryant did a good job taking Corey Sims away last week. Just one catch for 27 yards. I anticipate he's going to have a big one here tonight, Coach.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Coach Pingle approaches this game from an offensive standpoint, whether they work hard to establish the run and just try to get physical up front, or whether they just try to open it up and pour it on early. I know we're an up-tempo offense, and we usually try to do that a lot anyway, but just interested to see how he decides to attack it early on.
Weston Gannon is set to kick off for the Cadets. Back deep for Chaminade, Dakari Weaver and Marcus Allen. We'll talk a little bit about Chaminade's offense here as they will get the ball first to start this one here tonight. First MCC game of the year, the CBC Cadets and the Chaminade Red Devils. Chaminade going left to right wearing their black jerseys, white trim and red trim on the helmets with the red C. And for CBC, they're in their white road uniforms with the purple pants, gold trim, and the white helmets here tonight for MCC play. They break out the white helmets. And, Coach, you and I have talked about this. I know the tradition is that gold helmet, but I love these white helmets.
Well, you should see all the different things I've done artwork-wise with the white helmet. I got a sticker decal that I've made up. I got a bunch of them in my classroom that I give out to the kids and stuff like that. I've grown to really like the white helmet. Reminds me of the purple helmets we had with the stripes on it when I was in high school.
Here we go. Gannon to kick off, and we're underway. And that one will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Chaminade will begin 1st and 10. And the player to look out for, Coach, for Chaminade is number 10, running back Madden Irving. 46 carries this year, 320 yards. He's basically been their offense. 7 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a tremendous, tremendous player. I've known him for a number of years. His older brother, Michael, played for the Junior Cadets, as did Madden when he was younger, when my son was in the Junior Cadets program. Know his dad, and I know his younger brother's on this team as well.
Weiler Wynn is the starting quarterback. He is sacked immediately. He wears actually, that's a different starter, number 16, Anthony Daly, who is the starting quarterback here tonight.
Tristan Abram, I think, was a little stunned. He came off completely unblocked there. Not sure exactly what they were looking for on that particular play, but Tristan actually kind of stutter-stepped there as he kind of came in like, somebody coming to get me.
So a loss of 10. That's going to be all the way back to the 10-yard line. Number 16, Anthony Daly, the senior, listed as a tight end on the Chaminade roster, gets the start at quarterback. He drops back into the end zone, rolls right, now fires. It's caught. That is number 4, Marcus Allen, the leading receiver for Chaminade.
J.P. Metzler, the senior inside linebacker, came over, I think, 27, made that play, and they get some of that 10 yards back that they lost.
That'll ding Marcus Allen's average. 3 catches this year, averaging 25 yards a catch. That was not 25 yards.
Yeah, that's not 25 yards.
Gain of 7, 3rd and 13. Ball spotted at the 17. First possession of the game here tonight between Chaminade and CBC. Daly out of the gun. Now in motion goes Irving. He's going to fire left side on the little wide receiver bubble screen, and a pickup of about 5. That won't be enough. 4th and 8. Ball was caught by Miles Lowe.
A couple of positive plays for them early on after the loss, but and able to move the ball once they did that, but it's just too big of a hole for them to dig themselves out of.
Lou Abinader into punt for Chaminade. Back deep. Should be Jaden Reed. I'm trying. Yep, Jaden Reed is deep. The 6-foot junior, standing at his 40, also plays basketball for the Cadets. High, short
That's
punt.
Short. Get out of the way, boys.
That's going to bounce at the 44, take a Chaminade roll into CBC territory, but will go out of bounds at the 46. The Cadets will have great field position to start here in this first quarter.
Well, this is what I want. This is what I kind of anticipate seeing, because last week CBC got a 3-and-out on the first possession after giving Bryant the ball, and got the ball. I think they were on about the 35-yard line or whatever, and then went backwards for 4 straight plays. Hopefully a little more poise, a little more confidence here for CBC moving forward.
Nick McClellan leads the offense for CBC. He wears number 0, the junior quarterback. And he will hand it to Courtney Rivers, who gets the start here today. He'll cut it upfield inside the Chaminade territory to the 48-yard line. Good pickup on first down for Rivers.
Yeah, about 6 yards right there, and that was the interesting part I wanted to see, whether we're going to try to get physical early with these guys and just kind of establish ourselves.
2nd and 4. Rivers averaging 5.9 a carry this year. Gets the handoff, pounds it up the middle, and he is wrapped up. Gang tackled, led by William Marishin, the team's leading tackler for Chaminade. He's got 21 tackles this year, 2 tackles for loss and a couple of sacks.
So 3rd and short. I'm going to guess this is 2-down territory for CBC, but we shall see.
McClellan, shotgun snap, steps up. No one's open. He's buying time, staying in the pocket. He's got plenty of time, and now he's going to roll and fire far side, and it's out of bounds, incomplete, ultimately intended for Dorsey. Couple of receivers over there. But good coverage downfield by Chaminade. McClellan couldn't find anyone open.
I just felt like on that particular play right there, I think Nick was forcing himself to stay in the pocket. And I wonder if that's something that they work with him on and be a little more patient there. But
4th and 3.
Right.
Now he'll keep it himself, and he breaks a tackle. He'll have a first down.
He
may go. McClellan inside the 20, 10, touchdown. 47 yards for Nick McClellan on the keeper. He pumped right to get the defensive line to slow down a little, but they had him in the backfield for a second, and he broke that tackle.
Out of a tackle. But how much did we see that last week? I mean, Bryant's defensive line was really, really good. I mean, ask our running backs. They punished us all game long. And right there you saw him, one of the defensive linemen, slip off. And once Nick got through the second wave, it was over.
Weston Gannon on to attempt the extra point for CBC. Cadets now leads 7-0. Gannon knocks it through. And the Cadets' first drive results in a touchdown after getting a 3-and-out. And a good start for CBC here tonight against Chaminade.
Not that we're going to get the answer to this story, but interesting here. Gage Shantz had handled all the place kicking duties all season so far in the first 2 games, and was perfect in extra points, I believe, and as a field goal. Last week we had Jacob.
Javion Giesmer did some kicking off. Yep.
And now we've got the sophomore Weston Gannon, who kicked in the JV game and played quarterback in the JV game on Monday. Did a nice job there in that game against Troy.
Cadet fans, call State Farm agent and CBC alum Tim Kylo for all your insurance needs. Tim is more than just the best insurance guy in town. He's also the presenting sponsor of CSN, and we're incredibly grateful for his support. Give him a call, 842-4442, or shoot him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com. Gannon's kick is high and will land at about the 6. Caught there by Allen. Allen up the near sideline, crosses the 20, run out of bounds around the 25. And they'll mark him out at the 27. And that's where Chaminade will start, first down and 10.
Carson Caburek, the junior safety, in there on the tackle. Looked like the backside return guy was going to be able to get over there and get a block. But CBC stepped up underneath that before he could get there and wrestled him out of bounds.
So first and 10 at the 27. If you're just joining us, their starting quarterback for the first 2 weeks, Weiler Wynn, is not playing, or at least not starting. Number 16, Anthony Daly, is playing quarterback for Chaminade here tonight. He'll hand it to number 10. That is Irving, and he carries a couple of tacklers close to a first down. That's the weapon CBC needs to keep an eye on here tonight, number 10, Madden Irving.
Tremendous basketball player to go along with his football skills. So very, very good football player. I remember coaching against him when he was a freshman. I was coaching the freshman team. That was the one guy I'm like, we cannot let this guy beat us. And he busted off a run and got tackled on like the 1 yard line, and we ended up keeping him out of the end zone.
5'9", listed at 5'9", 200 pounds. They get it to Irving again, breaks the tackle in the backfield, has a first down and more into CBC territory. Another powerful run by Madden Irving.
Lance Walker got in there first, had a leg, but Irving was able to slip off of him a little bit and squeak through to the second level and get through and have a nice gain.
Gets all the way down to the CBC 45, first down and 10. Trip split out far side. Madden Irving on the hip of Daly. Takes the shotgun snap, gives it to Irving. He's trying to follow his center. CBC hits him and knocks him down after a couple.
Got about 2 on that play.
CBC bottled that up.
Yeah, a little stronger at the point of attack.
Second and 8 at the CBC 43.
Jordan Watson and Jacob Grumwalt, I think, factored heavily on there, along with Arthur Porter.
7:23 to go, first quarter. 7-0 Cadets. Daly drops deep, now tucks and runs. He is hit hard, sandwiched in between 2 CBC defenders.
Grumwalt and Walker.
Yes. He picked up a 1 yard, so it's 3rd and 7 at the 42.
So far, this quarterback hasn't looked too bad. He's done a nice job early on running their offense.
Penalty flag. We're going to get a false start. That'll make it 3rd and 11.
That first play from scrimmage where he gets sacked, I mean, the guy Abram came off the offensive right, defensive left side untouched. I mean, it's like, what am I going to do? I mean, that's a Division I defensive tackle coming at you.
So 3rd and 12 is the situation now here for Chaminade. Daly, 6'4", 225 quarterback for Chaminade here tonight. They get to the line of scrimmage. They are at the 47 of CBC.
Look, screen right here, possibly to Irvin.
Need to get to the 35-yard line. Here
right
comes
there.
The pressure, and there it is. Scream to Irving, near side. Slowed up, breaks the tackle, but Abram chases him down from behind. He's going to be close to a first down.
He's about 4 yards short, possibly.
They got to get to the 35-yard line.
Well, maybe not. I was looking at where they were marking it on the far side.
And it looks like he picked up 10, and it'll be 4th and 2 and another flag.
I didn't see the flag come out. Personal foul. That's probably on CBC.
Roughing the passer called on the Cadets. That's going to be marched off.
That's going to add on. And Cortland Collins had the screen read, did a good job, but you got to make sure you square up on a guy like Madden Irving if you're going to bring him down.
That gets all the way down now to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for Chaminade. They've got something working here. Good drive going on the shoulders of Madden Irving. Daly takes
They
the
were
snap.
early.
Irving is hitting the backfield right away. Jumping back there, number 54, Dorian Magruder.
Run DMC, as they call him, came through there and was all over Madden Irving early as I think that was Cortland Collins came in late. Mandatory water break right here, folks. Halfway through the quarter. They stop it at the 6-minute mark. We're still in I think we got another week of this maybe where we kind of get this mandatory timeout.
What if it's not hot?
Yeah, you don't really care. Believe me, Monday night, because we were 10-minute quarters, we were stopping at 5 hours running the clock.
Yeah.
It was cold, and they were stopping for a water break. I'm like, let's get this game going. I'm ready to go home.
We want to say thanks to the folks at Mercy Sports Medicine for continuing to take care of our student athletes. Mercy is ranked as a top-tier Catholic health system nationally and offers the highest quality health care for students and families. To learn more, visit mercy.net. So first drive for Chaminade was a 3-and-out. Cadets drove down the field, scored a touchdown on a 47-yard scamper by Nick McClellan. Now Chaminade has a drive going, and it'll be 2nd and 12 at the CBC 24.
Same defensive line out there, it looks like, as they've been rotating up. They're moving Magruder to the offensive right side. Abrams in, along with senior Brody Ruffino.
Junior number 5, Mekhi Robinson, now in the backfield. He gets the ball, right side, cuts upfield and is tackled at the 20. And it'll be 3rd and 7, a pickup of 5.
Walker, Grunwald, Zaki Smith all in on that tackle. Probably a little bit more of a push than Coach Vic Northern, the defensive line coach, and Gerald McClellan would like to see over there. A little too much. Move Abram back over on that side. Magruder back on the side he was on when he made the big play a little bit earlier. You're seeing a lot of different movement from the defensive line.
And Chaminade doing what a lot of teams try to do. They milk that game clock, run the clock down. This is Allen, left side, tried to turn it upfield, but the Cadets stretched him out. Number 1, A.J. Matthews, and on the stop for CBC, and it'll be 4th down and about 5.
That play was initially set by the outside linebacker. I think that was Arthur Porter out there. He set the edge and allowed Matthews to come down and fill from the safety spot. And if this defense is running the way it should and you get everything strung out with our athletes, you shouldn't be able to get the edge on us. Keyword shouldn't.
3rd and 4. Check it, 3rd and 7. 4th and 7,
Fourth
I
and
should
7,
say.
yeah.
4th and 7. Daly looks over to the bench, and Chaminade wants a timeout. Little confusion. Antoine Torrey, the head coach for the Red Devils, will call a timeout so they can talk it over. 4th and 7 at the CBC 19.
So as we're sitting behind the fans here, we're sitting behind the Chaminade faithful here on the home side doing our broadcast. You might have heard one of the fans going, "What are you doing?" One of the things you see there is a coach offensively wants to see, okay, if we line up in this formation, how are they going to line up? The other possibility there is they may have been looking to see if they could get us to jump off sides, get a free 5, and then make it a little bit more of a 4th and manageable. Interestingly enough, Chaminade usually has amazing kickers. I'm a little surprised they're not going for some points right here, but I don't know what their kicker situation looks like. I just know I've seen them have some guys that have banked some pretty long kicks home. This one here would be about 37 yards, 35 to 37 yards, depending on how they set it up.
And this is a chance for Chaminade to get number 10, Madden Irving, back into the game. They had Mekhi Robinson in the backfield before the timeout, so Irving is back in, and he lines up split off the tight end right side.
A little wingback count and out of motion.
And Daly fakes to him, fires into the end zone, dropped it. He had him for 6, and it was dropped, and a turnover on downs.
CBC dodged the bullet there big time because he was wide open coming back across.
Pass was intended for Jordan Wallace, the tight end, and boy, he
came across the field against the grain. Irvin came back. The quarterback rolled out a short roll to his right, was trying to throw back a little bit. He was open, and looked like CBC was in man, and Walker, he had a step on Lance Walker.
Yeah, tough break for the Red Devils. CBC will start 1st and 10 at the 19. pistol formation. 2 wide receivers split out left side. McClellan fires quickly to Corey Sims. No, is that, yep, Corey Sims up the field.
Or is that Jaquise?
Gets knocked out of bounds.
Is that 2 or 7? I couldn't tell.
Hard to tell on the jersey number there.
That's
Jaquise. Number 2. Jaquise Williams makes the catch. I don't see Corey Sims on the field.
He's dressed. I saw him earlier. We have no idea what sort of injury some of these guys might be nursing too, though.
Up the middle, not much. Bottled up by the interior of that Chaminade defensive line, number 77, Dato Watanabe. And it'll be 3rd and 6 for CBC. Check it, 3rd and 4 at the 25-yard line. McClellan, shotgun snap, hands it to A.J. Johnson, looking right side. He cuts upfield, runs over one guy, but he's hit. Not much there. Jumping in to make the tackle, number 1, Dakari Weaver, the corner. And a nice play by that Chaminade defense, and the Red Devils are fired up for this one tonight, Coach.
Well, they came to play, and interested to see CBC doesn't up front on offense right now, and I don't know the quality of Chaminade's up front, but not doing real good at the point of attack on the inside.
Weaver and Allen are back deep for Chaminade, and Chaminade jumps. That's going to give CBC a first down.
Well, the offensive guys move too. We'll see how they ultimately mark this off.
We'll see what happens. There was a groan here on the Chaminade side. We'll see what they say. It is going to be a offside and a first down for CBC. Boy,
well,
another tough break for Chaminade. A dropped touchdown pass, and now as they're about to get the ball back, they jump on the punt, and that gives CBC a first down at the 30.
Well, and if you look back at that as well, on the Nick McClellan on the Nick McClellan play, that was a 4th down play. They had him and didn't get him tackled. I mean, Chaminade's bringing it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They're playing well, and CBC still seems a little groggy.
McClellan, shotgun snap, fires. He got number 10. That is Vic Williams, and Williams across the 40. Williams,
he was a bright spot last week.
He really was.
In a big way.
94 rushing yards.
He had a couple of nice runs in the second half, and I heard he might get a lot early, especially if things weren't looking good.
Vic Williams had 8 carries for 94 yards against Bryant last week. There's Williams again, and he's tackled the shoestrings by Chaminade.
Nice job by Vic.
Number 13, Jaden Love, tripped him up.
Breathing a little life into this offense right here.
1st and 10 Cadets. We've yet to see A.J. Morris. Courtney Rivers got the start. We saw A.J. Johnson got a couple of carries on this drive. Now Vic Williams. Here's McClellan. Steps up. He's going to go deep down the middle. He's got Jaden Reed. And he dropped it. Jaden Reed open for 6. Ball on his hands, and he dropped it. 2nd and 10.
Everybody sucked over to Corey Sims. He came right open down the middle of the field, and if I tell you right now, he had one last week like that too. I know he's going to be kicking himself. He's a heck of a receiver.
He is.
Heck of a basketball player to go along with it. We were chatting with his dad before the game.
Sure would. Him, Sims, and Dorsey, 3 of the CBC receivers. Here's Williams again with a head of steam. He'll pick up 9. I'll tell you, Vic Williams
got some burst.
He really does.
Sorry, I'm stealing your words, but boy, he has been really good.
Now a 2-back set with Williams and A.J. Johnson.
3rd down and 2 for the Cadets.
They actually spotted it at the 32, pickup of 8. McClellan, shotgun snap, hands it to Williams again. Right side, cuts it upfield. He'll have a first down inside the 30. That'll move the chains for CBC.
They brought A.J. Johnson in there to be that lead block on that stretch play right there, that outside zone.
That'll bring Courtney Rivers back into the game now for Williams. He's in the backfield with A.J. Johnson. Sims split out far left. Wide left near
top,
side.
Go up top. Go up top.
Fake to Johnson. He's going to Sims in the end zone. Touchdown, CBC. He beat the corner, Steven Dyson.
I looked down here and I looked down here and I realized that they had. Now I don't know if they were trying to bracket him or not, but you had press coverage on Corey Sims, who has 3 or 4 inches on that corner. Just make it a jump ball. Let him go get it, but he didn't even need to. He got by him, got open, and big play right there by Corey Sims.
Weston Gannon on to attempt the extra point. 1:59 to go, first quarter. Snap back ball down. Kick is up. It is good. CBC leads 14-0. And, Coach, I know the Cadets have had 2 good drives here, but this game is a little closer than the score indicates at 14-0.
Well, here's the thing. It's a nice night, but it's a little muggy.
It is.
It's a little muggy. It's a little damp. We had some rain today. You're coming off 2 games where we had huge, energetic crowds, and you were at home, and I think sometimes it's a little hard to get your energy going. I mean, these are just kids, I mean, yep. You're trying to hang your hat on the emotional comings and goings of 14 through 18-year-olds, and sometimes it's a mystery.
All that being said, the Cadets are doing enough, and they lead 14-0. 2 scoring drives for CBC. And a long touchdown run by McClellan, and just moments ago, a long touchdown pass to Corey Sims puts the Cadets up. That's his 4th of the season.
Giesmeyer to kick off this one.
And he's got a big leg. Boots it into the corner, and it goes out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So, yeah, CBC, interesting, rotating around their kickers a little bit here, Coach.
A little bit. I'm sure there's a story there. I'll never get the full story.
1:58 to go, first quarter. CBC leads Chaminade 14-0.
Gotta love the Cadet crew. Those guys showed up in force in their striped coveralls tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have a great student section tonight. We got a little group behind the fence over there, but they're being loud and getting excited about what's going on here. Great job by those guys in the SLC and those seniors that are part of that Cadet crew.
Daly takes the snap, fires left side. It's caught inside or across, the 20-yard line, maybe 1 yard. Oh, that's a generous spot.
Vion Catherine came up and, just hammered the guy who was supposed to be blocking him and forced that receiver to kind of like stutter step. Otherwise, he might have had something had they been able to get a better block on him. But CBC came down and filled, and modest gain. I think I agree with you. That was a generous spot.
2nd and 8, pickup of 2 there, and now they're going to go under center. Tight formation, everybody right all along the line of scrimmage. And Daly's going to roll and throw out of it. He fires. It is caught. That is number 5, the tailback, Makai Robinson, and he is leveled by number 48, Cortland Collins.
They got about a yard out of that, and he paid for every bit, every inch of that yard. He got whacked.
So 3rd and 7. Interesting formation there, throwing out of that.
There's a lot of stuff going on, crossing, whatever. I think you're hoping that guy gets lost in the trash and comes out. Cortland Collins played his position well, flew out there and was ready to go.
Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. It is a 14-0 lead for CBC. 3rd and 7. No, they're going to say 3rd and 8. He lost a yard because they marked it about a half yard back. So it's really about 8.5. Daly, deep drop, now rolls right. He's going to throw it deep. Rainbow on the sideline, incomplete. Threw it out of bounds, intended for Madden Irving, who they wheeled out of the backfield. Good coverage back there by the Cadets.
A la Florida State against Boston College, trying to send that wheel route to see if people cover. It is an extremely, extremely hard route to cover, and in that particular situation, with Madden Irvin being your kind of bell cow there, Lance Walker was all over him, was running step for step down the sideline.
Most recently, we saw a wheel route run by a San Francisco 49er fullback down the field. Reed back deep. Here's the punt. It is short again. It'll bounce at the 42. Take a Chaminade roll inside CBC territory all the way down to about the 42. That's where the Cadets take over.
See if they make an adjustment on that. It almost seems like you need an intermediate guy there underneath them, and the way he's kicking that can fair catch that ball to keep that from from kicking down there. But they've also had a couple of high snaps, so that could be playing a role in him not getting a good foot on it.
They ultimately spotted it at the 41. That's where CBC will start. 1st and 10, Courtney Rivers in the backfield with McClellan. Number 86, the tight end, Tyler Lacare, is in the game, the junior, listed as a wide receiver, but he's got some size. He's listed on the roster at 5'11". He can't be 5'11", can he?
I wonder if you got a wrong jersey here.
There's a pass far side. It's caught by Jackson Cole. He's got a lot of room inside the 40, 30, 20, run out of bounds. Inside the 20, Jackson Cole leaked out.
You had Jake Plummer first out there. One of the Chaminade kids is down.
Might have been number 85.
85, that's Jake Plummer first.
Yeah, he's 6'6".
Yeah, Jake's a big old kid, and he's in a couple of their past their defensive sets on 3rd down.
Defensive lineman Grady Kosum is down injured for Chaminade. Let's hope he's okay.
He's holding his ankle or his calf.
And at 2.9 seconds, a big gain. How about that play call? That was beautiful.
It was very
Cole
nice. And
leaking out wide open.
well, and you want to get Jackson involved. He's good hands, big tight end. Quite a few nice college offers for him as a Division I tight end.
You know, I was going to say, they don't use the tight ends that much in the offense, but they've got 2 big ones. You wonder if maybe as the season goes on, you'll start to see them utilize those guys more and more.
Coach Pingle has used them when, at particular times. The most notable was Nico Hay, and the problem, and Nico Hay created different sets of problems because he was as tall as Jackson Cole, but I mean he could run. I mean he could flat out get it like a wide receiver. So we talk a little Mizzou. He was that Chase Kaufman guy that you could split out and play as a split end on jump balls as well as put him as an inline tight end. Where Jackson is a little bit more of that true inline tight end and, line up at the end of the line of scrimmage and block with him.
Kosum walking off under his own power. That's a good sign. A 40-yard gain gives the Cadets a 1st down in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Sims tight on the formation on the right side.
You got it's really a double wing set with your 2 tight end types.
Jaden Key is over here on the near side. Hand off to Rivers. He has room inside the 15 down to about the 11, and a flag comes in.
Key with a hold possibly, just based on where they threw it.
That'll be the end of the 1st quarter regardless. Holding on the Cadets. So they'll push that back, but that'll end the 1st quarter. CBC leads 14-0. Here at Chaminade. Our thanks to the team at Athletic Republic Performance Sports Training for their support of the Cadet Student Network. If your son or daughter is interested in elite training, call CBC alum Charlie McDaniel and the team at Athletic Republic to schedule a free session. Call 314-432-6103 to reserve your free session today. The Cadet offense looking pretty good here today, Coach.
They're doing a nice job. This has been a pretty nice little drive they put together here, and they've had some big plays. On both drives, they've had some big plays that have put them in great scoring position and gotten them 2 early scores. So we'll see what they dial up here after they walk this penalty off and get everything squared away. It looks like it's going to be 1st and 13, 12 and a half, 13, because they mark the penalty off, and now they'll change the sticks for the quarter.
So they'll walk all the way down there. It'll be at the 22-yard line is where CBC will start.
We'll see what CBC. Sims is back out there. Jackson Cole. Courtney, looks like he's in the backfield. Jaden Key, who, boy, they had big plans for him last year going into the season, and when he hurt his knee right at the start of the season as a tight end, as kind of one of those hybrid guys that could do both, because he can flat out run. And so I'm sure he's still trying to find his way back into things after being hurt.
So 1st and 10. Ball is actually spotted at the, well, they had it at the 22, but the yard marker over there says the 23. It looks like the ball, though, is at the 22. Did they move it?
I have no idea. I can't tell. With all those guys around it, I'm not able to see anything. So
I'm going to say it's at the 22. Start the second quarter. Here's Courtney Rivers, big hole left side.
Bam.
Cuts it upfield, and he'll go for 6. 22 yards, Courtney Rivers. And pending the extra point, CBC about to take a 3-touchdown lead.
Great burst right there by Courtney through the hole. Looks like CBC's kind of found something they want to be able to do here in this double wing set. Not something that we've seen a lot from CBC. I mean, we've seen them use tight ends from time to time, but the double wing is kind of a new look.
So the first play of the second quarter results in a touchdown. The extra point is good by it's no good. Hooked left. So it's 20-0 CBC after the missed extra point by Weston Gannon.
It was hard to tell from our vantage point what that ultimately happened here. I just watched it on the video. I'm going to look at this again because I was looking at it and it looked like it went, like you could see the ball against the goalpost on the video as it went through.
So 11.
I'm cheating.
Good, we need it. 11:53. What's that saying? If you don't cheat, you're only cheating yourself. Is that
sure?
11:53 to go, and that's not true, folks. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. 11:53 to go until halftime. Courtney Rivers from 22 yards out for CBC. It's Dakari Weaver and Marcus Allen deep for Chaminade. And Javion Giesmer will do the kicking. Cadets now going left to right.
At some point, it got to be a ball hard. At some point, it got to be a ball
11:53 to go until halftime. Giesmer with the kick, and it drops at the 1-yard line. Here comes Weaver to the middle of the field. He is hemmed in, now reverses field, and he's brought down. He picked up another 7 or so after changing direction. Tackle there by Jaden Britt.
A.J. Matthews came through, and he slid right past him after he cut him off. Britt was able to fold back under and make the play.
So Chaminade will start 1st and 10 at their own 19. Ball spotted on the right hash.
We'll see. I'm looking up front to see who they got going on there. It looks like Ruffino, Watson, and
like Sims.
Abram.
And Sims on the right, on the edge, on the right side. Jameer Sims.
They've been rotating him and Arthur Porter a little bit, along with senior Nick Musick. They missed a hold on that one. Sims just got pulled down inside. He was getting ready to step out, and I just saw his right shoulder just get yanked in, and he went to the ground.
And on the tackle, number 27, J.P. Metzler.
J.P. scraped over really well there from his left inside linebacker spot. It's a long run for him.
11:20 to go until halftime. 20-0 Cadets. Anthony Daly starting at quarterback today for Chaminade. Takes the snap, hands it. Here's Irving. He's got room. Cuts upfield, and he's hit out of bounds.
Vion
Catherine. 6, Catherine.
pushed out of bounds by number 6, Vion Catherine.
We just had 3 different pronunciations of that.
Yeah,
young
they
man.
just called him Catherine over the PA system.
Gain of about 7 yards on the play.
7-yard pickup there, 3rd and 4.
For Chaminade.
Pretty sure it's Catherine, but
Well, I had talked to our PA announcer, Tom Murray, and he says Catherine. I don't know. I think we had this discussion last year.
We did. I'm gonna go with my pronunciation of it. Tom's not
Cawthron?
in the.
You're going
Cawthron.
Cawthron? All right.
I'm gonna double down on Cawthron. Somebody will text me and tell me whether you're right or I'm right.
Well, if I'm right, then Tom Murray's right. So I was going with Tom. 4th and 4. Into punt is Lou Abinader.
So let's.
Now deep is Zackees Smith.
Yeah, I think they're playing defense. I think they're just kind of holding their defense on the field. Didn't make a whole lot of substitutions, and I like to see Zackees return one.
Oh, that ball almost went over Abinader's head. He catches it, short punt at the 48, and will take a slight Chaminade roll to the 43. Finally down there by Dakari Weaver.
If CBC would have had somebody going in on the block, they might have had a shot at him because that he had to go up and get that ball.
So 1st and 10 Cadets at the 43. They've had pretty good field position all night.
Yeah, they've been starting in about midfield each time. So
A.J. Johnson will start this drive at tailback. We got to get A.J. Johnson going this year, just averaging 2.9 per carry through the first 2 games.
Good teams up front so far.
McClellan will keep it, and he's wrapped up there, and he drags. Tacklers are trying to punch it out.
They're trying to punch it out. He ended up getting
William Marishin and number
2, 3,
Sebastian
4.
Vujovic.
He ended up with 3 yards on that play, and that looked like it was dead. And he's just throwing. They were just throwing punches at that ball underneath there.
3 shot players trying to punch that thing out.
That just gives you a sense of how strong Nick McClellan is.
For sure. Pistol formation with A.J. Johnson. 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap. It missed, so now he's got to throw it. That's Sargent left side. He cuts it upfield. Close to a first down. Vincent Sargent.
He was in motion running all over the place on the last play. He's going to be I think he's going to be just shy of the first down.
So it'll be
I don't know if I like where they spotted that over there, but it's about 2 yards short.
Seems like he was closer to the marker. 3rd and 2.
Let's get A.J. Johnson a big hole right here and let him rumble up into the secondary.
Another snap, and Johnson does, and he runs over the first guy. Coming in to help is Allen, but not before A.J. picks up the first.
Well, I didn't quite get to the secondary, but he went cutting up in there. Whoops. I'm sure what they saw Vic Williams in there, I think they were thinking, oh, they're going to go back to that stretch play to the outside, and Vic laid up in there and got a pretty decent block.
1st down 10, 2 tailbacks in the game. Fake to Williams. He's going to go deep. Down the field, he's got a man open, Jaden Reed, and it's out of his hands, but a really nice play. Steven Dyson came back.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play. Jaden had to come up and come back for that ball a little bit, and you could tell he was like, I'm going to catch this one, and the defender got right in between him. I thought he was going to tip it up to whoever else was coming down to 13, Dorsey. I thought Dorsey was going to come through and snatch that out of the air and run in the end zone. I don't know the vantage point, how much close it was, though.
2nd and 10. Now an empty backfield as Williams goes in motion. McClellan sets up, fires near side. Williams beats the first man upfield. Inside the 35-30. He may go. Williams is going to take off into the end zone for a touchdown. 43 yards. Another big play for the CBC offense.
What an explosive play by Vic Williams. As he steps up and he gets that ball, as Nick McClellan rifled that ball to the perimeter, he steps inside. They've got him bracketed. You think, he's going to get a couple of yards and they're going to tackle him. And he just put on the Jets, and those two guys just didn't have a chance to break down and get to him. And once he got into the secondary, it was a foot race. You had to see the speed.
Cameron Falb was the outside defender there. He tried to keep him inside, but Williams just blew past him. Here's Gannon for the extra point. It's up. It's good. CBC leads 27-0 with 9:25 to go here in the second quarter. And the Cadets, the story of the offense, big plays here in this first half.
Well, I mean, 3 are all 4 touchdowns,
all
explosive
4,
40 or more yards?
All 4, 22 or more, because Courtney Rivers had the 22-yard run. But other than that, you're right. Every play after that is 40 yards or better.
Well, I think this one was probably in the mid-30s.
This one was 43.
43?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the 47-yard run by McClellan, and then you had the 43 to Corey Sims.
Corey Sims.
So this offense is humming here in the first half. Javion Giesemer will kick it off for the Cadets. Back deep is Weaver and Allen.
We have not seen A.J. Morris tonight at all, so it makes me wonder whether he's banged up a little bit. He had some injury issues last year from time to time, even though he was the leading rusher on the team. Hopefully he's okay, and he'll be ready to rock and roll against DeSmet.
That's a big one next week for the Cadets. Giesemer, high kick. It'll be returned from the 12. This is Weaver. And he's hit immediately. A.J. Matthews. He's always the first one on special teams, almost always the first one downfield.
Yeah, I love that young man. I mean, his younger brother plays on the junior team that I coach, and he's around us a lot. And I enjoyed coaching him as a freshman. Great kid, great family. Happy to see him having a solid senior year to start.
So, 1st and 10, Chaminade. Ball spotted at the 26. Two wide receivers split here near side. Hand off to number 10, Irving.
Not a whole lot there. Shows you how powerful he is, though. He got about 1.5 yards, 2 yards, and there was nothing there. The CBC defensive line had that clogged up. He looked to cut outside, and Lance Walker was bearing down on him.
2nd and 8 here for the Red Devils. 8:55 and running here, second quarter. Irving again on the hip of Daly in the backfield. Daly, shotgun snap, fires far side. Caught over there and hit immediately and knocked down. What a big hit over there. Benedict was the receiver.
I'm trying to think of who came over and made that
might
play.
Have been Cortland Collins.
Yeah, I think it was Cortland because A.J. Matthews came flying down and took on the primary blocker who was supposed to be coming down to get Cortland, thinking that A.J. was going to stay off in coverage. And Cortland was able to scrape over there and blow that play up.
So it'll be 3rd down and a long 6. Trips to the left. You have the formation for Chaminade. There's a fake. Here comes pressure. Daly fires it to Irving, and the Cadets read it. Yep, Cadets read that perfectly. Arthur Porter, number 17, and Jameer Sims, number 17, 14 and 17, I should say, sniffed out that screen.
Yeah, you want to try to get the ball in your playmaker's hands as best you can. And they've tried to screen Irvin twice now. One time they got a roughing the passer call, and that one CBC sniffed out very quickly.
Lou Abinader on to do the punting. Good snap on that one. Gets a good punt, his best one of the night. Fair catch by Jaden Reed at the 39. That's where, or check at the 41. That's where CBC will start.
Number 5 for Chaminade started to tackle Reed, and it was. I don't think he realized that he had.
No, he was below him. I think.
I don't think he realized he
raised
fair caught it. Like that's a good no call right there. And
yes.
If you would have taken him down, you got to call it. And looking at the roster here, CBC had a different safety out there for a hot minute. I'm trying to see who that was because some of these kids change their numbers and I don't from year to year, and I can't tell who's who.
1st and 10 at the 41 for CBC. They already lead 27-0, 7:15 to go, second quarter.
I think that might have been Corday Gage, but.
Timeout called by the Cadets. Interesting. Probably weren't in the right formation. Cadets in control here in the second quarter. Cadet fans were proud to have Chick-fil-A as the official chicken sandwich of the Cadet Student Network. Those delicious Chick-fil-A sandwiches are available in our CBC concession stand, so go grab one next time you join us for a game. Download the Chick-fil-A app to get exclusive rewards or order ahead for curbside pickup. And be sure to visit our favorite Chick-fil-A location on Manchester Road, just east of Ballas. Chick-fil-A is CSN's favorite pregame meal, and it should be yours, too. Thank you to Chick-fil-A.
So I was right. Last sequence on defense, Cordy Gage was out playing safety. Double tight set here for CBC.
Oh, that's a bad snap. The Cadets have been flirting with that for a while. The ball is loose. Rivers picks it up, and he returns it across the 20, 25, 30, and he's finally hit and dragged down at the 36. After all that, just a loss of 5.
They almost had a loss of 30, and he turned it into a loss of 5.
How about Courtney Rivers? So that's McClellan has had he's had to make some athletic catches off of snaps. The snaps have been a little off here in this game.
Xavier Simmons, the senior center, all-conference center, I believe. A couple of those snaps coming in a little hot. Maybe not on cadence, might be the other aspect. I'm not sure.
Tyland Robertson, the D lineman, is down for Chaminade.
But here's the thing. Nick wasn't in a position to fall on the ball based on where the defender was, so
right.
He kind of tried to scoop it up and then flicks it away. Courtney goes flying back. At this point, you're like, oh, just fall on it.
Right.
He picks it up, and squirts for the yardage he gets. Unfortunately for Courtney, that's going to go down as a negative 5 rush.
-5, right.
It's going to go down as a -5 rush.
Yeah.
And you're going to star that play on the film of, that's a great play.
That's the best -5 yards in the history of CBC football. 2nd and 14. Ultimately, they spotted at the 37, so a loss of 4 after all of that. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
McClellan. Here comes the blitz up the middle. He avoids it, and he almost gets dragged down. He scrambles out of it, fires downfield, and it's short. He did
almost
all
got
he could.
Sargent.
Yep, he did all he could to get out of pressure.
They had some pressure right up the middle. Somebody came unblocked.
That was number 8, William Marishin.
So he was coming from that linebacker spot. So
Yep.
I think they had a delayed blitz on there, and once the linemen had all committed to their blocking assignments, he was left running upfield.
Marishin leads the team in tackles, sacks, tackles for loss. 3rd and 14. McClellan, he has all kinds of time. He fires, it's caught by Sims. Sims trying to drag a tackler, finally goes down.
Boy, they were hanging on to his ankle for dear life.
They were.
I got to give a shout out to our VP for admissions and student retention. I don't know if I got that title right. Jim Brockman texted me on a couple things here tonight. So Jim watching from home.
Can you give us the Cothran pronunciation while he's watching?
Let's just say you're wrong.
You know what? The next time I'm in that CBC booth,
Yeah.
I'm calling Tom Murray to task.
Well, that's
No,
fine. We'll get
kidding.
it. Believe me, I'll call Tom to task.
Tom Murray is the greatest.
Oh, a legend.
Yes.
I mean, we're talking about a couple of legends.
A legend. So it is Cothran?
Cothran, yes.
Cothran, all right. So
I got a couple of texts on that. I was going to bring it up, though.
yeah, you have to bring it up. I don't care. You got to tell me when I'm wrong, Coach. I'm told I'm wrong all the time.
Get up
at
there,
home.
AJ.
Look at AJ Johnson with a big-time run rumbling inside the 30, 20,
Oh.
and then runs over a defender inside the 15.
I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw the end of that play. AJ Johnson, and he could have ran out of bounds with the yards he got. He dropped his shoulder and tried to stay in bounds to see whether he could be able to get upfield to get in the end zone. He was smelling pay dirt.
He lowered the boom.
We're on that water break time.
Water break timeout with 6:06 to go until halftime, 27-0, and another big play from the CBC offense. That's what I was just saying. We got to get A.J. Johnson.
Oh, they bringing
going.
it back? Was there a flag? There must have been a flag, or they marked it back.
Either that, or he stepped out of bounds.
Maybe he
over
did
there.
step out of bounds.
But still, it'll be at the 28.
I tell you what's not going to happen. the defender he hit at the end there, he's not going to feel like he stepped out of bounds.
No.
That hurt. I could feel it up here. I'm glad I'm not getting hit like that anymore. I said Jim Brockman was watching at home. He's sitting in his office. He's working, burning the candle at both ends.
That sounds about right.
He sent me a screenshot on my phone of him sitting at his desk. He's got his 2 monitors set up. He's got the game on the left, and he's got his admissions data stuff on the right.
It's Friday night, Jim.
Yeah.
I anticipate that's probably why he's very good at what he does.
He works hard.
1st and 10 at the 28. This is McClellan. He's got time. Fires. It's caught. He's got room. Inside the 20. That's number 9, Jaden Key.
You saw that burst right there. He got that ball. I thought he might split those defenders, but they ended up collapsing down on that.
First down pitch and catch at the 11.
1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
Here's Johnson. Left side. Cuts it upfield behind the blocker. And he is in for the
end
touchdown.
zone. All right.
11-yard touchdown run for A.J. Johnson over the left side of the formation. 33-0, and on to attempt the extra point is Weston Gannon.
The junior Will Gage lead blocking on that if I saw the number right. Number 81 coming around to lead block on that. Chaminade player down.
Another injury. Number 13 this time, Jaden Love, sits down at the 1-yard line. You wonder if some of these, I know number 85 who was hurt first, Kosum, is still over on the bench sitting by himself. He had a leg injury, but I wonder if a couple of these are maybe, let's hope, cramp related because of the humidity.
Here's the deal. I know Chaminade's one of our conference rivals and this, that, or the other, but it doesn't matter who we're playing. I never want to see anybody get hurt.
No.
Hopefully bumps and bruises, able to brush it off and get back to it. Maybe not in this game, but next week.
What's great is you were talking about the CBC students. Some of them are behind the fence over on the far side, and they just travel down the fence wherever CBC has the ball. So they go all the way down.
They just got to follow the ball.
Right.
And they're with the cadet crew. If you see the video over there, the guys in the striped overalls.
They got the drum over there, making some noise over on that far side. All right, Gannon here to attempt the extra point, trying to make it 34-0 for CBC with 5:42 to go here until halftime.
Some good experience here for Weston getting in these games.
Snap back, ball down. Kick is up, and that one is good. 34-0 Cadets with 5:42 to go in this first half. And CBC's offense has been sizzling here in this first half.
They've been very, very good. And it'll be interesting to see how the substitution piece goes forward because in Missouri, you're only allowed to play so many quarters per week, and there's a calendar of slotted time that range goes from. And I haven't looked at the schedule. I'm guessing there's a JV game on Monday. So if you wonder why CBC doesn't get some young guys in there quite as quickly as others, it could be, to make sure they've got enough quarters to be able to play on Monday because I think it's 5 quarters a week. So you want to make sure that, you got enough guys with enough quarters to be able to get things done. I'll check that schedule at halftime and make sure we know what's going on.
Giesmer will do the kicking again for CBC. Weaver and Allen back deep for Chaminade. It's been sort of a muggy, cloudy, off and on rainy day here in St. Louis. That hurricane that came up from Louisiana, what was that? Was that Francine? Is that what it was called?
I didn't even know there was one going on. All of a sudden somebody said it might rain tonight. We might not be able to do a broadcast. So
this is Weaver at the 5. He's got room, a seam across the 30. And he hops over a defender and gets all the way to the 36. What a nice return by
That was
Dakari Weaver.
Outstanding return. Did a nice job there.
And it looks like Chaminade might have a new quarterback in the game.
No, 16 just ran back out
Oh,
there.
he did. Okay. I didn't see him initially. 5:33 to go, second quarter.
That senior D-line back in there.
Oh, that was sniffed out by number 6, Vion Cothran. He was about he was ready to go make a play on
and here's
Kai
the thing.
Robinson.
I'm not convinced that wasn't a lateral.
Yeah. I was wondering that too.
Now, we don't have a greatest view from where we're at on something like that in terms of whether it was lateral, but it ended up going out of bounds. We'll see where they marked it. So they're marking it as
an incomplete pass.
an incomplete pass. That was close.
2nd and 10 at the 37. Empty backfield here for Daly. Lone receiver split wide left is Luke Daly. 3 wide receivers now in motion. Irving, here comes pressure, and it's Tristan Abram with his 2nd sack of the night.
That one was a little bit more get after him right away. As Abram came off the edge there, I'm not exactly sure what they had going. They moved a little misdirection around, and somebody didn't get someone.
Abram leads the team. Of his 7 tackles this year for Tristan Abram coming into this game, 5 of them were for loss.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, they rotate these guys on the defensive line so much. They got about 5 guys they rotate through there. It's something Coach Northern's done for years. Right now you've got Jake Plummer first out there, and they got more of a 4-man front going.
3rd and 22. They're going to hand it to Irving. Irving is hit down. Didn't get much.
I think it was right at Tristan Abram.
And extracurricular after the play. They may get Vion Cothran here.
Yeah, here's my problem with that. The official standing way over here.
Yeah, and the ball's way away.
Way over there, and they're blocking way on the other side. I mean, it's inconsequential to the play. I'm sure Vion may have done something to retaliate, but I'm sure something happened first. And so they're going to get a 15 on this, and I don't know if that's an automatic first down or not. They keep changing some of these rules, and I don't know them anymore. I'm getting too old.
A face mask they called on Cothran. So,
well, he probably grabbed the face mask when the guy was blocking him and probably way after the play, way away from the play.
Moves the ball to the 45-yard line.
So it doesn't appear to be
it's not a first
automatic
down.
first down. So 4th and 2. Actually, they should be running this play over. Shouldn't it be 3rd?
No, they're
the
calling that a post.
Oh,
They're calling that after
post
the play.
after the play. Got it.
So a couple of highlights here.
Yeah.
JV plays North Point on Monday. Thanks, Mrs. Mrs. Maggie Kasiolic, on the intel on that. Hey, if you got nothing else going on next week, anybody out there listening, next week is the CBC soccer tournament. I don't know how long that's been going on. I know I went to it when I was a student at CBC in my 4 years. But CBC plays on Tuesday and Thursday at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And then Saturday at 9:30 a.m. I'm not exactly sure why it's a 9:30 a.m. game. It was supposed to be later in the afternoon. I'm sure it's because somebody's got some conflict with something else going on, and that's when they had to schedule it. I know those game times were originally 7, 7, and 7, and they've now switched to 6, 6, and 9:30. Now, make sure you stay up to date by checking the website or Twitter, X or whatever you want to call it, or CBC calendar on their website to see if that changes again. But I would lean on our athletic director and see if he could text me. But he's calling a football game right now, and his compatriot, Mr. Brown's over there with him.
So 4th and 2. Looks like they're going to try to snap it directly to Irving here. They do. Irving picking his way. Ooh, he's tripped up, but
he got the first down, but barely, and he went down awkwardly.
He really
he
did.
does not look like he's very comfortable, but they got the first down, largely set up by the penalty.
So first down now at the CBC 46 with 4:26 to go.
So as Vion's getting coached up over there, junior Roman Jackson comes in to take his spot at corner.
We're going to do more Wildcat here. And a high snap, this time caught by Allen. Now he reverses field, tries to go back the other way, cuts it up the middle, nothing there. He drags a couple of tacklers trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he did, but it'll be 2nd and 10. CBC sealed him off on the left side of the formation, and then he bounced back the other way, and it was nothing there.
Chaminade called another timeout. That should be their last one of the half, and wondering what they're looking at here. You got to wonder whether the Wildcat was something they've worked on or whether they were like, we're going to use this blocking scheme, we're going to go to this and try to add a blocker in here, there, or the other to make something happen.
So after that play, it'll be 2nd and 10 out of the timeout. Ball is at their own 48.
Big game next week.
At the Smet.
At the Smet. And
6 p.m. kick.
These games have been really kind of like who's won the MCC and who's been in the driver's seat, not only there but like on the St. Louis side of the state, and for a shot at the state championship. I mean, last year it came down to the semifinal game after the Smet got us in the regular season. They got us in the semifinals. I don't know how that brackets since we're in different districts, but always a huge matchup.
Second and 10, trips to the left. Daly back in the game, hands it to Irving. He is hit. Lance Walker almost got him. He broke a couple of tackles. Man, what a hard runner. Number 10, Madden Irving, slipped out of a couple of tackles. Still didn't get any yardage, but it could have been worse.
Well, it could have. I mean, but it just shows you how powerful a runner he is because, I mean, Lance Walker's a big dude.
Yes.
He's a big physical outside linebacker, and they're slipping out of his tackles, and we don't see that very often.
3rd and 10 with 3:20 to go until halftime.
You see there, CBC brings in their, I guess it's a nickel package, their pass rush package with the Jake Plummer first coming in at defensive line. A.J. Matthews rolls an outside backer.
Daly, here comes the pressure. He escapes. Now steps up looking to throw, and then he's finally brought down. Number 14 credited with the sack, Arthur Porter, but number 85, Jake Plummer first, was in the backfield first.
He had him stop for a big loss. Didn't completely bring him down. Arthur Porter mops up there.
4th and 13, and they're going to punt. And Daly is limping off the field.
Well, and I'm going to have to give Jake trouble on that one when I see him in class next week. I've got Jake in class for Algebra 2, and we'll get a good laugh out of that in class.
Abinader in to do the punting, 4th and 13. Back deep, Zackees Smith. Low end-over-end kick, and Zackees with the fair catch at 26. Maybe the 27, and that's where CBC will start with plenty of time to try to put more points on the board here before halftime. 2:22 to go.
We'll see what CBC decides to dial up and what their personnel looks like. I think you're going to see a lot of different guys in the second half. Make sure everybody is clean and ready to go for next week's game. It may be premature to think ahead, but at this point, you're up 34-0. You got to think CBC's in a position to put this away.
Cadets will get the ball to start the second half as well. High snap. McClellan fires over the middle. It's caught. Dorsey fakes one way, turns the other. He'll have a first down. Pickup of 11 to Bryson Dorsey. And
nice play right there by Bryson to kind of weave his way underneath the defensive backs and get a first down.
2:14 to go. Clock starts running. McClellan sets up, looks right. Now left. Now he's going to scramble around. comes near side. He sees a receiver on the sideline. It's caught across midfield, and that's number 2, Jaquise Williams. He'll get all the way down to the 45.
And somebody's down, Warren Hardy.
Williams lost a shoe on the play. He's trying to put that shoe back on.
Number 56, Warren Hardy, was down, so we got a different guard coming in here. Looks like Dwayne Willis.
First and 10 at the 45.
2:01 to go, first half. Two wide receivers on either side of the formation. Rivers in the backfield. McClellan sets, looks, points. Now he's going to scramble left, and there's a penalty flag. McClellan's going deep for Sims, who comes back and makes the catch. Sims is going to get in the end zone, but I think this is going to come back.
They're going to get
holding called on CBC.
Landon Brown, I think, on the hold.
What a play by Corey Sims. You could see there why he's a top wide receiver prospect. Makes the adjustment on the deep ball, comes back to make the catch, caught it at its highest point, and then just jukes the defender to get into the end zone.
Yeah, USC's getting a gem.
They really are. And who'd have thunk it? He's going to be playing in the Big Ten
Yeah.
at USC.
I got to wonder whether all this holds up over time, but so it's going to be 1st and 20. I don't know if they marked this off right.
Hand off to Rivers. He's got room. Cross midfield. Cross the 45. Lowers a shoulder. Inside the 40. Down to the 37. He almost got all of it back. 18 yards. 19 maybe.
He just shy of a first down.
16 on first down.
That was a gain of 18. It'll be 2nd and 2. There's McClellan. He's got time. Fires over the middle. Wide open receiver is Dorsey. He cuts it upfield, and he gets inside the 20. 1:10 to go. Dyson makes the tackle.
CBC's got all their timeouts left, I believe. Got 1:10 to go. We've seen CBC score 30 seconds. So.
Yes. 2:22 was all kinds of time when they got the ball. 1:03 and counting. McClellan claps for it. Down the
just
down
a little
the seam.
too hot. He had Jaquise open underneath. If he just gets that ball down a little bit, but I don't know if he saw a defender that he was trying to get the ball and like drop it over somebody. That ball came out hot.
2nd and 10 at the 19. Cadets driving, leading 34-0. 59 seconds to go, first half.
Warren Hardy back in the game, so that's good to see.
Flaring out in motion is Rivers. Empty backfield. McClellan looks left. He's going to fire to Rivers, who's open. Inside the 20, down to the 15. Knocked out of bounds. Big hit there by Weaver.
It's going to be just shy of the first down, so.
But he got out of bounds, so it'll be 3rd and 2.
Well, time stops, so, I mean, you still got all your timeouts.
Yep, and 51.4 to go. Plenty of time here at the 11-yard line. McClellan looks right. Here comes pressure. He's going to roll. Now he's going to cut it back upfield. He's got a receiver open. Inside the 5, breaks a tackle. Dorsey, touchdown, Cadets. That's the thing about McClellan. Even when he's scrambling around, he is able to get rid of the ball when he sees a receiver open. He's got a very quick release while he's scrambling out of pressure.
He does, and he's done a nice job. He's definitely they've definitely worked with him a little bit on being a little bit more deliberately, I think. I don't know. I'm not around practice, but deliberately more patient. Don't just tuck and go. Don't just tuck and go. We know you can do that. Work on reading and finding a guy.
Gannon, a line drive kick, but it gets through, and it's 41-0. CBC leads with 42.1 to go until halftime.
That'll put us in running clock territory in the second half now that we're over the 35-point mark.
So the Cadets will kick off now to Chaminade, and we remind you again, the Cadets will start with the ball in the second half. We'll see. I know a lot of coaches either this level, college level, in a blowout game like this, they'll go with the starters for a series or two in that third quarter. But, you know, judging by who CBC has next week, Coach, I wonder if we'll see the backups start the second half.
I've grown weary of predicting what Coach Pingle will do. I've gotten a handful of those right, but I'm no Tony Romo when it comes to figuring out what people are doing. He proves me wrong more than I'm even close to right. So we shall see.
So Javion Giesmer will kick it off. Weaver and number 5, Makai Robinson, are back deep for the Red Devils. With 42 seconds to play until halftime. Big boot. That's going to go into the end zone. Chaminade will start at the 20.
Kickoff into the end zone for a touchback. Chaminade will
big
start
kick right there.
at their own 20-yard line with 42 seconds left.
There's no appreciable wind here, so it doesn't really matter which direction you're kicking at this point.
Now, we saw Daly limp off the field after that last possession, so we'll see if he comes out to take snaps here.
See what happens here to end this half.
Looks like number 6 is in the game. Miles Lowe in at quarterback for Chaminade. Shotgun snap, handoff to Irving. Cuts it upfield
Not
over the
much
right
there.
side, and the Cadets are there.
Madden Irving, the ball carrier.
Pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the play. Second down and 8 for Chaminade.
On the Chaminade bench right in front of us, Daly is standing way off to the left, all by himself.
Yeah, he is way down here.
Down here at the 25-yard, 27-yard line.
I think they're just going to let them. I'm surprised they're running anybody out there. They don't have to snap the ball. Are they going to try to?
Could they get the snap off? 2 seconds, 1 second,
No.
and that'll be it.
They kind of came out of the huddle like they were going to
They
try
did.
to do something like one last time.
That's
And
the end of the first half. And, Coach, the offense looks real nice here in this game.
very explosive. Big play, big play, big play, big play. A couple of slip-ups as they were kind of finding their groove and, early on. And, nonetheless, this is what you expected CBC to come into this game and do, especially after a loss like they had last week. You always want to see how your team's going to respond, and they've taken care of their business.
That's Coach Chris Maris. My name's Randy Molman. It's halftime here on the Cadet Student Network. CBC leads Chaminade 41-0. We are back for the second half here at Chaminade. CBC leads 41-0. We're in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth on the road this week. And the Cadets with a big first half, bunch of big plays on offense. And they dominated Chaminade in that first half. 41-0 the score, and the Cadets will start with the ball here in the third quarter. Back deep is number 10, Vic Williams. He got a few carries on a couple of drives. Coach Vic Williams looks really good. That's Coach Chris Maris is alongside. My name's Randy Molman. Abanader will kick it. Short line drive kick will bounce at the 10, picked up by Williams far side. He'll return it across the 20, right at the 20.
Going to get out to the 20-yard line. Had to field that on a one-hop bounce. A little tricky there, and this will be CBC's worst field position to start a drive.
We'll see if the Cadets run out their ones here to start the third quarter.
I am seeing some new bodies out there. A lot of new bodies out there. Gavin Dobby has played a lot of left tackle. I think he is still at left tackle, but I see
looks like
new center.
Franklin McGinty, I think, number 12 in at quarterback for CBC. And he'll hand it to Vic Williams. Right side, breaks the tackle, far side. He'll get a first down across the 30, pickup of 11 to start the second half.
So the clock will run pretty consecutively. I know you guys can't see the clock on there, but this quarter will probably roll quick unless Chaminade were to get a score and cut this score under 35 points.
So pickup of 12, actually. They spotted at the 32.
Franklin McGinty in at quarterback for the Cadets.
In motion, number 18, Vincent Sargent. Handoff again, Vic Williams. Left side, he cuts around a block. What a great block. Williams may be gone. Inside the 40, inside the 30, and he'll go.
Wow, I thought they were going to get him, and
what a great block.
I mean, I don't know if the video will do it justice. You could just see the power with which he was running with down the sideline. He was not going to be going out easy. He was either going to accidentally step out of bounds or go.
68 yards for Vic Williams. And he's over 100. Should be. He had a couple of big runs in the first half.
He did.
And I couldn't see the blocker. I think it was Jackson Cole, the tight end on the outside, but I'm not sure.
I thought it was I could be wrong. I thought it might have been Gavin Hurlbutt.
Okay.
One of the things CBC likes to do is they do like to pull their centers a little bit. And I think he might have been there at center, but whoever it was came from either the middle or the right side and was pulling around and was, just moving.
Extra point is good. 10:46 to go. And it's 48-0. CBC leads.
Two plays.
Is that
right?
Vic Williams.
I got that right?
Yeah. 68 yards and 12 yards for Vic Williams on that drive. The Vic Williams drive.
Wow. And he is rapidly becoming a guy that is earning some keep in that backfield. A crowded backfield at that.
You came into the season with Morris, Rivers, Johnson. You still have those guys. Morris, of course, as you mentioned earlier, he hasn't played tonight. Might be dinged up, but between those three, and then you throw Vic Williams into the mix, and it is just an explosive group. Courtney Rivers has a big touchdown run tonight. A.J. Johnson had a long run.
Did he end up getting it? I think he got a touchdown on one, too.
Yep.
Was that two for Vic, though? Or just the one? I don't remember. We weren't writing down the scoring summary.
Griesemer will kick off. I'm just going to call the game. I can't remember. It's like, they're going to fake a reverse, and then near side it's Weaver. CBC not fooled. Across the 20, 25, 26, dragging tacklers. Across the 30. Good, strong return by Dakari Weaver. He's had a couple of nice returns here tonight.
He has, and he ran into a host of cadets, but the way that it all happened, nobody could get a good shoulder on him to kind of stop his momentum. So then the Chaminade kids got in there, the rest of their return team, and it was just like a rugby scrum. moving the ball down the field.
First down and 10 for Chaminade at the 31. Something to watch here. The Chaminade quarterback, Anthony Daly, who started the game, number 16, kind of limped off the field at halftime. We'll see if he starts the second half. It doesn't appear.
They had a different quarterback warming up after the first half, and I cannot catch a number. It's a little, everything's a little blurry anyway, and it's a little hazy out there.
Looks like Miles Lowe, number 6, and he hands it off. Picking his way up the middle is number 10, Madden Irving. Picked up 5.
Looking to get some subs out there for CBC, especially up front on the D-line. But still working with Cortland Collins, Jacob Grunwald, and J.P. Metzler rotating there at inside backer. Nick Musig on this side. And I think Arthur Porter might still be up there on the far side of us right there. So a lot of starters. I think your defensive line might be fresh guys.
They gave him 6 on that play, so it'll be 2nd and 4. Lowe will keep it himself, looking left side, avoids the first tackler, and then dives ahead for a couple. It'll be 3rd and short.
Collins a little bit hanging on there. 35, Clayton Smith, I believe, in on the defensive line. Trying to catch some other numbers, but some of those guys got their jerseys folded up in a weird way.
So 3rd and 2 for the Red Devils. Lowe in at quarterback. Takes the snap, hands it off, coming across. That'll be good for a first down. And
he's
dragging tacklers across the 45 to the 47. Good hard run there by number 5, the tailback, Makai Robinson.
CBC defense trying to rip the ball out there late.
So 1st and 10, Chaminade at the 47. 7:53 and counting here, 3rd quarter. Cadet defense on the field here as Chaminade collects that first down. Lowe out of the gun, tight formation. Now in motion, it's Robinson. Fake, Lowe keeps it himself. Designed run, and he streaks through, and he's going to go. Miles Lowe inside the 10, run down and tackled at the 1. Is that Cothran?
That was Vion Cothran. Ran him down, but little quarterback misdirection, quarterback counter look right there. Sprung him up the middle.
Miles Lowe with a long run for Chaminade, easily their best offensive play of the night, all the way down to the 1-yard line. 7:04 and counting, 3rd quarter. Chaminade knocking on the door, 48-0 Cadets.
This will not change the running clock situation.
Irving, the tailback. And he's hit immediately.
Oh, wow,
in the
he got
backfield.
through quick. They lost big yardage on that, considering they're on the goal line.
Number 48, he's been disruptive tonight, Cortland Collins.
They sent him on a blitz, and he walked through there and met Irvin right before he could get to the hole.
They spotted at the 3. 2nd and goal, Chaminade.
So this quarterback they've got in there now, very elusive, good athlete.
He is a sophomore. Miles Lowe takes the snap. Irving picks his way through. Touchdown, Chaminade. Madden Irving from 3 yards out. And Chaminade is on the board here in the 3rd quarter. That's Irving's 5th rushing touchdown of the season. On to attempt the extra point, number 18, Lou Abanader.
So the shutout is gone for the Cadets. It's not something that Coach Dimovitz gets overly concerned about when they're in blowouts, but
extra point is good. 48-7 the score with 6:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And with that 6-minute timeout, we're going to get a water break timeout here in the 3rd. with the score 48-7.
And as muggy as it was earlier, you can feel the temperature getting cooler and cooler
It's
as
gotten very nice.
we go further along here.
Folks, if you are a fan of CSN, you definitely heard us mention our friend, State Farm agent Tim Kylo. Give Tim a call. Let him know that you want to save some money on your insurance. We're talking about home, life, boat, auto, anything. If it can be insured, Tim is your guy. Tim has helped several members of the CBC community save hundreds or even thousands of dollars per year by switching to State Farm. Tim's our guy. He can be your guy, too. Give him a call, 314-842-4442. Or shoot him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com. Sure, Tim is watching tonight's game.
Yeah. Tim's a huge supporter of everything that we've got going on at CBC.
Always great to see Tim. He visits the press box frequently. We get to chat with him about a little CBC football.
So here are some updates on scores. Francis House Central's up on Vianney 14-7. Maybe a little bit of a surprise there. De Smet's up on SLU 14-3.
Short kick fielded at the 12. Here's Williams. Near side, and there's
going to come back.
A lot of flags.
There's a block in the back.
Yep, long run, but all three penalty flags came out at the same time. We're going to have a hold on the return, and it'll be CBC's football. 5:53 to go here in the third.
Cardinal Ritter was up 14-6 on Howell. Haven't seen an update on that one in a hot minute, though. Webster Groves 13-7 over Parkway South a few minutes ago.
After the penalty, the ball will be placed on the 12-yard line, where CBC will start 1st and 10.
So the Cadets will start 1st and 10 at the 12. Leading 48-7.
That Kirkwood Lafayette game, which a lot of people were had a lot of interest in. Lafayette up 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. Not a lot of offense in that one. Here we go, CB.
Franklin McGinty at quarterback. Fakes, nope, hands it off. Right side cutting through. That's a good carry.
Boy, I hope you can see that jersey because I sure can't.
It's number 46 for CBC.
Is that Shea?
I don't see a 46 on my roster.
I'm going to look at the JV roster. I think that's I know Landon Newman is a little banged up.
Cutting it upfield for a first down carry. The Cadets marching again close to the 30-yard line.
With the run for first down for CBC.
Even the PA announcer here
does
not have this number.
Ball is placed at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cadets.
With Landon Newman down, not dressed tonight, I think it's Colin Shea.
.435 and counting, third quarter. Cadet football going right to left. McGinty fumbled the snap, and it landed in the tailback's hand. That was a dangerous play.
Courtney's brother, Cole
Rivers carried it there. And I don't know if he was supposed to carry it, but I know the ball bounced.
Well, and
by the way, that's now Weston Gannon in the game. The ball came back to Gannon, bounced off his left hand into the arms of Rivers.
Caden Shea, I believe.
Fake and a throw near side. It's caught there. First down run to the 40. That should be a first down. That's number 18, Vincent Sargent.
Is it? No, that's 16.
Number 16, Arnes Webb.
Yes.
The sophomore.
Goes by Ness. Had him in class last year. Great kid.
Good catch and run there by Ness Webb.
So seeing a lot of younger guys in here. We'll do our best to get the names right.
Caden Shaw.
It's Shea, I believe.
Shea,
I believe.
Shea. Shotgun snap, and it's kept. Gannon. He's got some yards across midfield. Knocked out of bounds there by number 23, Gus Kriegel. So Gannon gains 10 and a first down for CBC at the Chaminade 49 with 2:52 and counting here in the third quarter.
So I see Bryce Jones working in on the offensive line, a junior. Hurlbut's the center. I think he was the guy pulling around on that 66. Dobby is still in there, Landon Brown. So primarily junior offensive line. I think, though, that might be Dwayne Willis at right tackle. I'm not positive. Or right guard.
Here's Shea, and he's hitting the backfield. Breaks two, breaks three tackles. Comes back near side. Finally throw down. His mouthpiece falls out. He's tackled by Marishin. That's a lot of running and dodging for 3 yards, but it could have been much worse.
Well, he did a nice job reversing his field. He's quick.
Yeah, a little bit, pretty strong. Breaking a couple of tackles there over the right side.
So Jake Plummer first and Jaden Key in here with, I think that's Sargent up top.
2nd and 7, 1:50 to go, third quarter. Two tailbacks in. Gannon, delay to Shea, picking his way. Now explodes over the right side, cuts it upfield. First down, CBC. Boy, he's a patient runner, isn't he?
He did. I mean, he did a great job of reading that hole and dipping his shoulder, ducking out of the way of a tackler. And I think at this point, Chaminade has also subbed quite a few.
It's another first down run to the Chaminade 38, approaching a minute to go here in the third.
Great experience for these kids, though. Get an opportunity to play on Friday.
Pistol formation now. Shea in the backfield. He'll get the ball. Following his lead blocker, left side. He runs hard down inside the 35, tripped up. Number 52 makes the tackle. That's Cole Lawrence.
That is, that was the same puller. That's Gavin Hurlbut. So that puller that's coming around like a freight train is the center after he snaps the ball. Tremendous lacrosse player on a lacrosse program as well. Great all-around kid. I've got him in class.
2nd and 5. They're going to have to run one more play here before the quarter ends. 16, 15, 14 seconds left in the third. Oh, ball falls out of Gannon's hand. He's going to roll right. He's going to fire it downfield. Nobody looking. Incomplete.
There's going to be an illegal man downfield.
For sure.
I think he threw it to the offensive tackle. I can't see the number there.
Looks like 68 or 66. Is that Hurlbut?
That's Hurlbut, the center.
Oh, if he'd have turned around
like
and
the
made
center
that,
eligible
what if he'd have
play?
turned around and made that catch? We'd have been talking about that play for years.
I think that might – is that loss of down? I don't remember.
So an incomplete pass downfield. Gannon, that play was kind of blown up from the beginning. Another bad snap. There's been a few bad snaps here tonight by the Cadets.
Max Purcell in at tight end is one of the wing tight ends in right now as well.
They're going to run the clock out, and that'll end the third quarter. We head to the fourth. CBC leads 48-7. They'll come back with the ball.
Your score 48-7 in favor of CBC.
CBC leads. BSN Sports is the official apparel provider of Cadet Athletics. BSN and Under Armour keep our players and coaches looking good on the field, and they can make you look good too. Keep your eye out for our CBC online team stores or shop anytime, bsnsports.com.
One more quarter to go, folks. And CBC will continue with the running clock. going to get a better look and make sure I got this name right, but
Chaminade band keeping those that are still here entertained. Most of the crowd is hung around here at Chaminade.
they have. Give them a lot of credit.
The ball will be spotted at the 38 and a half yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 8.5. They'll have to get just inside the 30 for a first down.
A little cool breeze there. That's the first breeze we've had. You're all right as long as you're okay, sir. Make sure one of our faithful didn't fall here as we're sitting in the bleachers.
Pistol formation. Gannon hands it. Shea. He's got a head of steam, and he's knocked out of bounds. He'll be short of the first.
But he got a lot of it back. I mean, he got about 5 yards on that off tackle, and
he did. It'll be 4th and about 5.
they're on the 34-yard line.
Got to get inside the 30. If you get to the 29, you've got the first down. It's spotted right inside the 30, that line to gain. So a long 4.
I wouldn't know who some of these guys were. I worked that JV game on Monday, and I got to see a lot of these guys in action.
Gannon fakes. Back to pass. Here comes pressure. Rolls right. Avoids the first pressure. Tries to run for the first down, but he's not going to get there, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Gannon run out of bounds, and Chaminade will have it. 1st and 10 with 11 minutes left.
Yeah, he had pressure off his left side pretty quickly. He was looking to step up in the pocket and couldn't really get anything going. Got his eyes downfield for a second, then decided to scamper.
So 1st and 10, Chaminade at the 32. They had a nice long drive, their last offensive possession. And Miles Lowe had a long run down to the 1-yard line that set up the touchdown by Madden Irving from 3 yards out.
We still got a lot of starters out there for Chaminade.
Lowe back in at quarterback. Hands it to Irving, right side. He's brought down at the 35. Pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Under 10 to go. 48-7 Cadets. And I'll tell you what, I know he's facing a lot of the CBC backups, but I like the way Miles Lowe plays. Good dual threat guy. He hasn't thrown the ball yet.
He threw the ball well in warm-ups coming out of the half, so he's got an arm. I just got a funny text, sorry.
Tight formation, right side for the Red Devils. Miles Lowe looks across the line of scrimmage. He's got Irving on his left hip. Shotgun snap. He's going to keep it himself. Right side, runs into his own man. And CBC was there. That's number 95 who pushed the tackle. Tilton Hughes for CBC pushed the tackle back into the backfield. So it'll be 3rd and 8.
Good push right there. Boy, some of these guys, I don't know their numbers yet, so still trying to figure some stuff out. 40's J.D. Adelman, the junior inside linebacker, who's playing alongside Cortland Collins.
Hughes is a junior, 6'4", 270.
I think 44 might be Jaden Goss-Harris.
Jaden Goss-Harris.
He's out at outside linebacker here.
This is Robinson cutting it upfield. He will not get enough for the first. He gets to the 39. And so it'll be with 8:30 to go. 4th down, and Chaminade will go for it. 4th and 3.
Picking up some names. Tanner Faulkner, number 50 out there at defensive tackle, moving around a little bit. You mentioned Tilton Hughes.
4th and 3. Low. CBC pursues, and they're going to get him short.
I don't think he got that one.
Tackled him at the 40. And once again, in on that stop was number 48, Cortland Collins. Jaden Goss-Harris was also there. Good pursuit by the Cadet defense.
Ethan Wright might have been out there as well, along with Carson Kaburek, number 24, who's been working in safety. He was an outside linebacker the last couple of years and has transitioned to safety, so he's learning a new position.
So the Cadets take over at the 40-yard line. The clock is running. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. It's a 48-7 game. Cadets led 41-0 at halftime. The story of this one, the CBC offense with some explosive plays in this game. At least 3 touchdowns from 40-plus.
So we got McGinty, I think, back at quarterback. So him and Gannon, I think, are alternating series.
And Shea earned some more playing time. He was impressive in there.
Don't go backwards.
Last try, but not.
Don't go backwards.
Not here. First there was number 9, Jordan Wallace, the defensive lineman. And a loss of about 5. Now Gannon checks back in.
I'll let that go, and I wonder if they each had a certain number of plays in the third quarter, and now they may alternate. Oh, you got Gannon, and McGinty in together.
Yes. Gannon is coming in
as the running back.
in I thought they're going to run a pistol there. He's going to be on McGinty's hip here. How about this? Gannon's done some kicking. He's played quarterback. He's in at tailback.
He's out there to protect.
Yeah. Off the hands of the receiver over on the far side. That looked like Corday Gage. It was number 82, who also does the punting. He's played a little safety tonight. Some of these guys are getting a lot of work here, Coach.
They are.
3rd and 15 now, and we're going to have that 6-minute water break here in the 4th.
It's about 68 degrees out here right now, breezy. This is one of those rules I know the coaches wish that the officials had some discretion on.
Yeah, based on temperature.
Well,
right?
Yeah, based on the conditions of the game and also the situation of the game.
Yeah.
The more these kids are standing around out here, as you've had kind of some temperature swings, you're prone to cramping. You're in a game that is in a running clock situation, might be another situation along with the temperature, and you just need to have some more sense.
So there's 5:58 left. Cadets leading 48-7, and they'll have a 3rd and 15 at the Chaminade 45.
So the Chaminade quarterback, was it White? Who started the game? 16.
Daly, number 16.
He's down here, no pads on, holding his hand and his hip. So he's more than just banged up in one spot. Talking to the trainer down here.
Shea gets the ball on 3rd and 15. He'll pick up about 4. 4th and long. I imagine at this part of the field, the Cadets will run another play here. They won't want to punt. So 4th and 11, ball spotted at the 41.
They're going to punt.
They are going to punt. Here comes Corday Gage.
Well, and here's one thing. You haven't punted. You looked like you were going to in the first half, and you didn't. That unit hasn't been on the field yet. Mm-hmm. You got a big game next week where you probably will have to punt at least once, probably more than once, with as good as DeSmet is defensively. So you need to make sure these guys are getting some reps.
No one deep. There's a sort of a player playing sort of deep safety there. And a
delay a game.
So they'll push it back for Gage, give him a little more room. But no one deep for Chaminade.
It was a quick play clock situation, but
4th and 15.
So on 4th and 15, the Cadets will punt it with 5:08 left. Good snap, Gage. Line drive kick. Bounces and takes a CBC roll inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 2. Nice work by the Cadet punt unit.
Vion Cothran down that ball right there on the 2 as he got in front of it, just on the other side of the goal line, and it popped right into his hands.
So they spotted at the 3, 1st and 10 for Chaminade, and they'll have to go 97 yards to score a touchdown here.
1st and 10 for the Red Devils from their own 3-yard line.
So lots of subs in here for CBC.
Number 52, Jaden Britt, is in the game. We'll see if we can give you some others here.
You've got the roster in front of you. I wasn't able to navigate it very well online.
Number 28, Ryan Knopp, is in the game. It's safety.
Had a really good game in the JV game on Monday, Ryan Knopp did.
Number 40, J.D. Adelman in at linebacker. Number 45, Gabe Wilson, is also in the game for CBC. On the defensive line, Larry Hopkins, number 58. And number 95, Tilton Hughes. Hughes was in earlier. 2nd and 8. This is Robinson, and he's thrown down. Number 45 there, Gabe Wilson, the sophomore. Able to make the tackle. So 3rd and 5.
CBC pretty physical at the point of attack with those young guys right there.
Also checking in, number 50, Tanner Faulkner, Jr. Far side corner is number 37, Chris Jackson. He's checked in, as has Carson Kaburik. We called him last drive. Oh, and that's a big tackle for the Cadets, right in the middle of the field. And look like number 24.
That's Kaburik. He's a ball player, folks. You're going to hear his name a lot next year.
Wind is now picking up a little bit. 4th down and 1 for Chaminade. Oh, no. The official
they gave him a first down.
Yeah, moves the sticks. 1st and 10. That's a late first down call. 2:03 to go.
Carson's a guy I think that would be playing safety if he didn't have so many guys that were, older upperclassmen in front of him.
Handoff, getting tackled there by the Cadets.
So we're under a minute 50 here.
Chaminade content to run it here. Miles Lowe has not attempted a pass since checking in.
Ethan Wright checked.
Looks like, yeah, Ethan Wright just checked back in the game.
Is he 36?
Yes.
Okay. Who was 45?
45 was Gabe Wilson.
Okay, he checked out of the game.
Here's a run on the
There's nothing
jet
there.
sweep. Nothing there. Looks like Ryan Benedict was the ball carrier. Could have been 28 Hassan Robinson. We'll hear the announcement here.
So we
Under a minute to go, 48-7.
You beat me to it. I was getting ready to jump on that. But I guess that's your job as the play-by-play guy.
3rd and 6. As this game winds down here at Chaminade, CBC going to get the win. They'll improve to 2-1, 1-0 in the MCC. That's over his head, all the way back towards the goal line. Ball is loose. Lowe picks it up, gets out of the end zone, and brings it out. And a bunch of flags at the end of that play. And now we got to push a CBC player, pushes a Chaminade player in the back of the head after the play.
This is what you got to avoid, this kind of stuff at the end of a game. You got a big one next week.
bunch of flags during the run and then a flag after the play. We'll see what this.
I'm trying to figure out what happened during. I mean, I'm wondering if there was a face mask for the way the flags came in, because they all came in a little early for them to be calling it out of, like a late hit out of bounds. They haven't even walked off the penalties yet.
No, they're still talking it over on the far side. And we have 26.5 to go, 48-7, Cadets lead. Chaminade will move to 1-2, 0-1 in the MCC. They lost.
Okay. That makes a little more sense the way the flags came in. I thought they were going to get them for late hit out of bounds, but.
So a face mask, and then I don't know if that late flag after the play will get tacked on after. I didn't see a call for that.
After the penalty, the ball we placed at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for Chaminade.
Let's see, we have a personal foul on the face mask against the Cadets. And then, after the play, another personal foul. That one against Chaminade, and then CBC.
Offsetting.
So offsetting.
So they were
play.
messing with each other. This will probably be the last play unless Chami burns a timeout.
48-7, Lowe the quarterback, and as I mentioned, Chaminade lost to Poplar Bluff last week. Chaminade scored 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, but missed an extra point and then missed the 2-point conversion. And lost 14-12 to Poplar Bluff last week. Beat McClure. I think they beat McClure North.
Yeah, it was
game
McClure
1,
North. That was
27-0.
Yeah.
There's a run up the middle and a little more pushing and shoving after the play, and that will probably be it.
At this point, just walk to your sideline, boys. Walk to your sideline.
The clock is going to run out here at Chaminade. CBC gets the win 48-7. And, Coach, big first half for the CBC offense.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, explosion. It looked a little kind of slow to get started, but then once they got going, man, they just poured it on. Vic Williams with a big game. Awesome catch by Sims. Dorsey with a couple of nice catches. I mean, lots of distribution of the ball. And Nick McClellan did not have to be superhuman running around for his life in order to make the offense go.
He had the first touchdown, which was 43 yards on the scramble. But other than that, he played a really, really nice game. Solid in running the ball, throwing the ball, and the Cadets win. Going away 48-7. That was Coach Chris Maris. My name's Randy Molman. For Randy Gardner, our executive producer, and all the students who film these games, we will see you next week. A big one next week, Coach. DeSmet 48-7 for CBC tonight. DeSmet next week at DeSmet right here on the Cadet Student
It'll be a great game. It's always.
It will be a great one between the two rivals and the two top teams in the MCC next Friday night. All right, until then, here on the Cadet Student Network. So long, everybody.